moments team. Well, he's one of the biggest moments merchants out there. But the trouble is, those moments they're few and far between. They're few and far between. Before, when he was in form, he was your classic moments player. But even
the best season Martinelli had was under Unai Emery.
Have we got to the point, lads, where we're scapegoating him, though? Because we know how poor he is.
Yeah, I think so. I think
is he getting it? Because it feels like it's going to get a bit toxic for Nelly with Arsenal.
Welcome to big boy. Welcome to big time football. You're dead.
I agree. I agree with Kenny on that aspect that you've got to stand up and be counted, and you're into big time football and everything else. And he's not helping himself. However, this is a guy where the manager has not been able. I mean, look what we were saying against PSG when we didn't have no striker. Put Martinelli down the middle. Try something different. Put Trossard on the left. Try Martinelli down the middle. We're going out the Champions League.
I was surprised.
Right? And he hasn't tried him. And then when he did play him against Southampton, I think, down the middle, Martinelli got his mojo back. He had a spring in his step. You know, he was playing well. We saw a little bit of the old Martinelli. So I know Martinelli's got himself to blame of loss of form and everything, but at the end of the day, the manager hasn't helped him. It's the same with Odegaard. I personally don't believe Odegaard is that bad a player. It's just the manager has stuck with the same system week in, week out, and Odegaard in the same position. He's not tried anything different. He's not tried to try and get that little bit of appetite back in the player again. You know, and you said, DG, try Odegaard in a different position. Try him in the 8. There was loads of games he could have mixed it up a little bit to get the better.
I want to see Odegaard on his natural left foot, really, because obviously in a left foot on the right, you're going to take one touch too many on occasion.
But he's marked now. He's easy to mark, isn't he? Teams have sussed him out. He's easy to mark. Yeah. I always look at Odegaard.
We've got another option in terms of like the personnel, and that's the thing about the situation is that the frustration and like starters at Anfield. There's going to be more frustration, potential frustration, if he's not maximising his squad. You know, players in Red Sun should not be playing football matches for this club. But if you've got a situation where players are out of form, you have to have a situation where places are under threat. You can't have people comfortable. This side ain't won anything.
That's why you have big squads, though, Kenny, isn't it?
You get the benefit of that.
We've got now.
That's staying football. I'm not trying to cause problems or trying to throw me weight around or be controversial for the sake of controversy. But you only have to look as recently as the Sir Alex Ferguson years. Yes, they were under pressure for week in, week out. But when they were slightly out of form, because they've been so well and because they've lifted that title, Sir Alex gave them the benefit of that. Arsene gave certain players the benefit of that because of who they were. Everyone talks about Dennis Bergkamp. Let me tell you something about Dennis Bergkamp. The truth. Dennis Bergkamp didn't play week in, week out. There were some games where he didn't do anything. But because of what we knew Bergkamp could do, and because of what Bergkamp won with us, we gave him the benefit of that. Henry was the most consistent player. Henry was 10 times more consistent on a weekly basis than Bergkamp. But Bergkamp, because he was a moments player, because he did things we're thinking, you're not allowed to do that in the football field. A lot of Arsenal fans think he's the best player we ever had. But the fact is, I don't disagree with it, but I prefer Henry. But that's the thing. You have to earn the right to be out of form in order for fans to stay with you and your manager to stay with you. If you're in a situation where everything's up for grabs, then especially when you haven't won trophies, which we haven't won for coming up to 6 years, you know, if you can't cut it, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And that's why Martinelli is easily scrutinised. He can't cut it. I want him.
But then it's not Martinelli. The club should have sold him, shouldn't they? The club should have sold him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
He should have moved on. He should have moved on last season, really. He should have been sold. And he's been a bit scapegoated. But it is a problem now. It is a problem now because he's got these players to choose from and it's up to him now I mean, someone said to me the other day, "Oh yeah, but now he's learning something different now because he's got all these players to choose from. He's never been there before." This guy's 7 years into management. He ain't a rookie anymore.
No, he's not.
He's a manager.
And you've been at City. You might not have been the City manager, but you've been there with Pep.
You can't keep saying, "Oh, he's learning. He's learning." No, we've done his learning. He's done his processes. He's done his phases. He's had his phases. He's had his processes. It's all done.
He's got experience.
Manager, man. Prove you're a winning manager now, man.
He's got experience now.
He's managed the third biggest club in the country. Yeah. One of the somehow one of the biggest names in Europe, despite not winning the Champions League, a big name in Europe. He's managed 2 Champions League campaigns, got to a quarterfinals and to a semis. In his last 3 seasons, he's finished second. 2 of those seasons when he finished second, he was in a Championship challenge.
So close.
So he knows about runnings. That's experience itself. He's not inexperienced no more.
No, exactly.
You've got enough lived experiences in your short career as a manager to learn now, and you've got to reinvent yourself.
And it don't matter what you say. If you're a proper Arsenal fan, you would have felt let down Sunday. I felt let down. I felt as if the manager had let me down Sunday.
Yeah.
My expectations were sky high. I'm thinking, okay, we can go there and do something. We can go in there and create madness, even if we lose. Mm-hmm. Go and express yourself. Go and set a marker down to the rest of the league. Get these pundits saying, "Oh, you've seen how Arsenal are playing now. You've seen Arsenal are going to done you." These pundits have gone. What have they all said all week long? Same old Arsenal. Manny Petit on TalkSport the other day.
I don't even get fair because Liverpool did the same thing.
You see with Gooner K, right? Bro, I hear you, but one loss away to the champions is why are we losing our heads? I don't get it. I'm not in his off. If you heard what I was saying previous to the season even starting, I said, first and foremost, that we have to lay down a marker. Yeah. If we had won, I believe, Gooner K, that you would have had a lot of options and you thought, right, we're the title favourites. So Scripps won. We didn't win the game, so you didn't go to script run. So you got, even though you're not a Arteta fan, you got the script B, which is what's all the fuss about? We've lost to the champions. I bet you weren't saying that prior to the game. Another thing as well, and it's factual. It's proven.
It's the most beatable Liverpool have looked against us at Anfield in a long time.
It's been proven as well. This is a season where everything Arsenal does is under scrutiny. Not just from Arsenal fans, but from other fans and from the media, be it new media or the mainstream. So we are going to get upset if Arsenal lose again because the pressure the club's under to win the title is going to be immense. And that's despite the fact that City, right, are going to, like I said, they got a massive squad. Yeah, they're losing games, but what if they get their act together and they go on a run? Or what about, and the people say, yeah, but Liverpool, they're meant to be the favourites. Yeah, despite that, Arsenal still have to win the league because it's so long without us winning anything. It's so long.
Point blank period.
It's so long without us having any sign of glory. The pressure's on. And you see the amount of money we spent. I've forgotten how much we spent. We just simply be signing players. We've got a much better squad than we had in 23-24. So the players are there to win the league. So whether we like it or not, a draw is going to sound like a defeat. A defeat is going to be a catastrophe because the pressure on an Arsenal is going to be unbelievable. We have to win every game because we now know that without playing well, Liverpool got 9 points. And that when they do get their act together and Isak gets on board and gets really
fit. And if they do drop points, we need to be able to take advantage, which we didn't do last year.
It's highly likely, and you never know what could happen, but if you're to use footballing logic, if Isak gels, as well as Ekitike, they're going to go on. They can go on some insane run because they are 100% better than a lot of teams in the Premiership. Probably not us, but they're better than the rest of them. And they can just go, and by the time we get our act together, it's too late.
But you can't. What I'm trying to say is, though, you can't keep gassing up the team and the manager and how brilliant our wind has been in the summer and how brilliant our squad is, and then you go to Liverpool and you lose like that, is a way of losing, and there is a way of losing. The fact that we lost and never laid a glove on them, we had one shot. Medway cake, half volley from a half-cleared corner. One shot, that was it. One shot. We've spent 320 odd million pound in the summer, £1 billion in total, over £1 billion in total. We go to Anfield and have one shot, and yeah, it's no problem losing against champions. Teams do lose at Anfield. Arsenal lose at Anfield regularly. That's not the problem. It's the manner that we've set ourselves up. We've not even given ourselves a chance of winning. Our first priority was not to lose, and it didn't work. And if it doesn't work, you've got to take the consequences. And the consequences of that is criticism. Other channels might not do it. Other media might not do it. But there are fans that will do it. And as long as we keep on doing it, it's going to be getting called out, because there are times when you have to criticise this manager's judgment. And
in the same way, if we did a madness, praise.
Exactly. And on the flip side of that, which I've done many times, when we have had good results, I've gone, he got it right. He got it right. This was right. That was right. This was right. Unfortunately, there are more times he's getting it wrong than he is on getting it right. And if you look at the Arsenal-Man United game in the FA Cup, you look at the Arsenal-Newcastle Carabao Cup 2 legs, you look at the Bayern Munich the other season, Champions League, PSG in the semi-final, gets it wrong. And this is why you have to question why this man is still in charge of this great football team. You have to question it.
Go on.
You have to question it.
Speaking of that, though, there is some rumors. I don't know if while we've been live, I've been trying to find the credibility, but some people have been commenting that apparently Josh Kroenke has held a meeting with Arteta discussing what he expects this season. He's given Arteta everything he has asked for and expects to have a successful season. Trophies must be won. Now, I can't back the credibility of this because I haven't seen it with the Athletic, but what do you not make of that for history?
Yeah, but you know what? It's logic. You know, the thing with football is that even the bullshit can be believable. One thing about Arsenal, right, is that you'll know when Arteta is under the pump, because what will happen is that the club won't sort of like confirm or deny.
David Ornstein won't say the internal pressure isn't reflected.
You know, the fact is that he's already under pressure. We spent a lot of money. He's brought in Berta. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Berta overruled him over the player he really wanted. Perhaps Berta probably didn't want Zubimendi, because he certainly didn't want Sesko. Who was responsible for
the Athletic said that around Zubimendi? Like, the deal was already done. Had Berta been in, there might have been other sixes.
Yeah. So who actually wanted Eze in the side? Eze was desperate for Spurs, and then at the 11th hour, when we had an injury to Havertz, we got our act together.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Kenny, because if we really wanted Eze, we'd have got him in July. Why did we wait till nearly the end of the window before we got Eze and Havertz was injured? See, this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone was saying about, oh yeah, you know, he really wanted Eze. No, if Arteta really wanted Eze, we'd have had him in the door early doors. He'd have gone on tour with us. So Eze weren't his man, because he would have been at the club a lot quicker than he would have been at the club, like Zubimendi. But getting onto that Josh thing, I've said this before. The thing is with any owner, it gets to a point where, and no matter what you say about owners, and you can criticise every single owner of every single football club, the fact of the matter is they put their hands in their pockets. This guy has spent over £1 billion at this football club, and he has seen nothing won. So there comes a point where he's going to turn around and go, right, when I appointed this manager, the short-term goal was to get Arsenal competing. The mid-term goal was to get them into the Champions League on a regular basis. Those two boxes have been ticked. The third goal is to get them winning trophies and major trophies. And that box hasn't been ticked. So at the end of the day, whilst that box hasn't been ticked, this manager is under serious pressure. Serious pressure. This is why this season, all eyes are on him. And that's why I keep going back to the Liverpool starting lineup. And this is why a lot of people are talking about it. Because they weren't really looking at the performance. They was looking at what Mikel Arteta was doing. And this is what it's going to be like every single game. Nottingham
Every
Forest.
game's on knife edge, man.
Newcastle away. Man City at home. Champions League qualifiers. Everything is going to be on what Arteta does. They're waiting for him to fall on his feet. They're waiting. And it's him himself has put that self in his position. He's brought this pressure on himself. Because he's had countless of opportunities to win trophies and he hasn't done it. So all the pressure now on him has been brought on by himself. Don't want all this. I feel sorry for Mikel because he's under pressure.
Nah, that's over with now, man.
No. When you're on £15 million a year and you're not producing, you've brought it on yourself. So yeah, if that is true and Josh Kroenke has had a meeting with him, then he knows in uncertain stances that he's got to win. He's got to win trophies. Simple as that.
You know, it's GJB and DG. Even without the fact that Josh had a meeting with him, even if Josh says he's backing him, he's under pressure anyway because
of course he is.
For the first time in a long time, he's had a technical. He hasn't had Edu. To work alongside. He's had
one of the best in the business.
But that brings extra pressure because one of the best in the business is going to start recommending players, and sometimes it's going to be players you don't want. I call him open goal Berta because logically these are the players who can fill a squad, but it doesn't mean because I call him open goal Berta that Mikel will want these players. But let's talk to the pressure in itself. Forget the fact we haven't won it for 6 or 7 years. By having Eze in that side, in the squad, he's immediately under pressure to think about what he can do to get the best out of him. He's got Gyökeres and that striker. That's pressure in itself because of how am I going to get the best out of these players?
And
so he's already under pressure.
If he's not scoring there's issues.
But he's got good pressure because if certain players are injured, the goalkeeper's injured, he knows of Kepa. He knows that Kepa, has played big games, so he suppose I can work with that. In terms of that's the good pressure. But the fact is, you're always going to be under pressure when you spend big money on players because when you spend big money, 9 out of 10 times it's because you've got your own way. When owners and sporting directors give managers money to spend, which managers always ask for, because when they don't get their own way, they say, "Oh, I haven't had money to spend, that's why I can't win." Well, now you've got the money to spend, you've got the big squad that you probably were asking for, or not. That's pressure in itself. Josh doesn't have to be there to sit him down and say, "This is what we expect." The players that are going to put him under pressure are going to be the big signings who, in any other walk of life, will start games. Gyökeres is always starting games. Eze is going to be like the enigma for him. And how am I going to get this guy in my team?
1, 2, 3. They need to be starters. You got another left back as well.
Wake is another thing. Another situation.
Is another thing. 50 million. Get some potential out of him.
So the pressure's there in itself. You think about the money we spent.
I only see 2 of those players of those 8 signings. 2 of those players
to start games.
If played in the right way, under the right system, would take us to the next level. Other than that, I see players.
You don't think there's 3 in there?
No, 3.
Zubi, Gyökeres, Eze. They're the only level raisers.
Possibly
from Madueke. I like
possibly 3. Possibly 3.
You're forgetting one thing, guys. You're forgetting one thing. When he's fully fit, sometime this season, and he's good to go.
You got Havertz coming.
We're still going to have the conundrum of Kai Havertz.
Of course you are. He'll play Havertz.
He rates really highly.
You're going to have Eze and Gyökeres on the bench, and you'll have Havertz and Odegaard.
Yeah, but they're the players he rates.
So
you're head round it, guys. What's happening?
Yeah, but that's pressure itself. But those guys have to produce numbers week in, week out. Kai Havertz has to be, forget about assists. He's got to be the man.
Do you reckon Mosquera's Saliba's replacement when he goes in January?
Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't go anywhere in January. But there's probably long-term thinking with that.
That's a good question. But one thing we can't deny.
But on the new contract,
we're having a go. I think Mosquera and Hincapié are better understudies than Kivior and Tomiyasu. And that's not doing them down.
Well, we never see Tomiyasu and definitely Kivior.
From what I've seen, the potential that both those have, I wouldn't lose sleep if both of the ad centre halves are out and these two were in, because I like Tomiyasu. I always have a lot of time for him because he works hard. I've never been convinced.
No one's convincing me of Norgard and Madueke long term at this point.
Yeah, Kivior.
Madueke because of age. Norgard, 18 months, 2 years.
I'm not convinced, man. I'm sorry.
Norgard's basically what I call a Norgard is a steady Eddie. He's not a dibbly dobbly.
Yeah, he's not a bad player, but you're not here long term.
Like Trossard, he's a steady Eddie. He won't do anything. If you ask Norgard to go and build you a wall or make you a wooden table and then fit
he's just another El Neni, isn't he? He's another El Neni, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. They'll do what you tell them, but if you ask them to be creative, they're not going to give you creativity and panache.
If they ask Norgard for creativity, something is going wrong now.
Madueke is going to get a lot of game time because Saka's going to be in and out injured all season. Saka's going to be in and out injured all season. The manager's killed him off straight away. He's going to be in and out injured all season. So Saka's going to play 4 or 5 games, then he's going to miss 4 or 5 games, and he's going to come back for 3 or 4. He's going to be in and out, in and out, in and out. So you will see Madueke quite a lot. But other than that,
you may see him on the left.
And Gyökeres is looking like I thought he would look under this with the system we play. The style of football we play, Gyökeres is looking exactly how I would expect a number 9 to look in any team with those tactics. If you ain't creative, because we're not creative enough, Gyökeres just looks like a bang average player.
A question I was going to ask you, though. People say he's a flat track bully. Would it work for us having him in? Because the teams we should have been beating, remember we got 14 draws. A lot of those games some of those draws were against teams that we normally kind of put away. If we were to play devil's advocate and we think Gyökeres is a flat track bully, and he starts scoring goals in those games, would that be enough to get us to the promised land?
No. Yes and no. We'd have more wins and score more goals.
How many points did we drop because the shit defending us? He will score goals. As I said, he'll have his moments. If he starts in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, he might score a goal if we've got Burnley at home or something, But what I'm saying is, unless Arteta changes the way he plays, and he ain't going to now, this is why I want a new manager.
Yeah.
If he changes the style of way he plays, then Gyökeres will bag goals. Eze will start football matches. Yeah. But he's not going to. Look at the players he's signed. Look at the players that have signed. Who are your most 2 attacking flared players out of all of that lot? You've got Eze, Madueke, Gyökeres.
Well,
It's all defensive. Hincapié, versatile. He loves that versatility.
Loves a left back. I'm not going to lie. I wanted the left back.
He's never signed a player and played them in their proper position. Timber's not a fullback. He's a centre half. Plays him right back. Ben White he bought as a centre half. Plays him fullback. He's never the only players he's bought and he's played them in their proper position is the goalkeeper, Raya. Other than that, all the players have not been played in their proper position. This is what I'm saying. It's absolute madness. Why don't you see? We need a left back. Go and sign a proper left back. Why have we got to sign someone that's versatile? Why have we got to sign a centre half and play him at full-back? Go and get a proper left-back.
To be fair,
this is what I'm saying. What he should have done. What he should have done, Kenny. What he should have done. We needed our left-hand side. Our left wing was a problem. So he should have not signed Madueke and gone and got a proper left winger, a Lookman, Rodrigo. Go and get a proper left winger, and then that left winger would have been got, and then you go and get your Eze and your Corezes and people like that. But instead of that, he goes and gets Madueke, who's a right winger that he's going to play left wing. So once again, he's wasted money on Madueke, and he's going to play him out of position. I can't see why other people don't get how this manager works.
They should do. It's
madness. It's absolute madness.
But you know what?
I'm cool with
I find it astonishing that I don't get how he plays. There's people who feign ignorance about the way he plays. And the same people say we've got the best defence in the country, and that Saliba and Gabriel are the best centre half pairing in the country.
Well, we'll see if they both get injured
definitely. They always talk about how difficult it is to break us down. And how great we are at set pieces. When they say that, then it's obvious how we play. But for some reason, they think that he's a top coach. There is the variety. Why would he bought this player if he's not going to change the way he play? Yeah, we know that, but we didn't see any evidence of that at Anfield.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Someone said about Arnie Slot plays players out of position. Well, why has he gone and got Kirkes then when he needed a left back? Kirkes is an out-and-out left back, right? I mean, am I wrong or right? What's going on here? I mean,
you're right.
Come on. Let you keep making excuses. Have a look at those players. Everyone's gassing up Mosquera, Hincapie and all of that. If Gabriel breaks down after a grade 3 hamstring and Saliba leaves in January,
God forbid.
Get your head around it. Hincapie and Mosquera are our centre backs.
Sorry, DJB. How many years has he got on his contract?
Saliba
left his contract. Saliba
because 2027,
isn't it? So what's that? 18 months.
Oh right, 27. Yeah. So
at the end of negotiating,
basically,
he's going into his last year next year. This is
what I'm saying. A lot of that.
This is what I'm saying. We're looking at Mosquera. Oh yeah, Mosquera this and Hincapie this and blah blah blah. That's fine. That's fine when they're coming in for Saliba and Gabriel.
Saka, is he got due a new contract as well?
Yeah, where you been? Of course, Saka and Saliba. They're the ones we're waiting on now.
They're the ones. That's the ones that are going to break the camel's back. If we don't win anything and Saka goes and Saliba goes, then it will start. People will start thinking, "Whoa, hang on a minute. Arteta might have to go here."
I believe in Berta, man. He's got all the other contracts. He's going to get Saliba and Saka tied up. Well, to be fair, I think Saka's signed. I think Saliba's gone.
DG, what I'm saying is, say Mosquera. Yeah, what I saw of him when he came on looks good. Is he Saliba? Is
100%? He's not at 21.
No, exactly. So if Saliba and Gabriel break down, Mosquera and Hincapie are our centre halves.
And you might have to shift Deluded over there. To be fair, as well, there's the option of that.
You know, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, we've signed potentials, but we weren't in a position to have potentials. We can't have potentials. We haven't won anything. You just, do you know what I mean? I don't want to
disagree with that.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to be in a position this season where people say, "How do you think Arsenal are going to do against Forest?" Oh, we'll slap them 3 or 4-0. How do you think Arsenal are going to do away at Newcastle? Oh yeah, we'll beat them 2 or 3-1. After watching that performance against Liverpool, I'm now looking at the Forest game thinking, Forest might get a draw there. I'm scratching the head. I'm struggling. So again, I'm going into another season. I'm going into another season under this manager.